You can have perfect grammar, memorize literally every vocabulary word, and, still feel completely invisible in a room full of native speakers.
Oh, it is a brutal reality. I mean, it honestly just shatters how we usually think about learning a language.
Right. So welcome back to English Unfiltered. I'm Alex.
And I'm Jamie.
And today, our mission is to expose this massive myth. The idea that just getting fluent automatically means you instantly belong.
We know you've probably felt that weird invisible wall when you try to socialize.
Yeah, even when you know enough English to get by. So we are breaking down exactly why that psychological disconnect happens. I mean, why does textbook fluency completely fail in the real world?
Well, because actual conversation just isn't this clean, sequential exchange of vocabulary words. Real-world socializing is essentially a high-speed, totally unpredictable dance.
Yes. It's just so chaotic, right? Native conversations are full of overlapping sentences and, sarcastic remarks, sudden interruptions.
It is entirely unscripted. And that lack of a script is exactly what triggers a crisis for a learner.
Wait, so it's not about what you say, but when you say it?
Precisely. Native speakers are writing the emotional rhythm of the interaction. But as a learner, your brain is, it's trying to process everything consciously.
Like you're trying to decode literal meanings.
Exactly, while everyone else is just responding to the emotional subtext.
So if I'm spending all my working memory just trying to translate the words, what happens to the actual connection?
It completely breaks down.
Because I have definitely felt this. You finally construct the perfect funny response in your head.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Right. And by the time you're ready to actually say it out loud, the conversation has completely moved on. You are just left holding a punchline that literally nobody wants anymore.
That is the classic cognitive overload right there.
Yeah.
Your brain only has so much processing power,
Right.
So if 80% of your mental energy is tied up in internal translation, you only have 20% left to read facial expressions or catch the tone of the room.
And that creates this massive psychological trap, doesn't it? Like a hidden emotional pressure.
Yes, exactly. Because you are constantly self-monitoring.
But wait, isn't that mental math completely necessary? If I don't check my grammar or my pronunciation, won't people just judge me for sounding foolish?
It is a completely valid fear. But here is the cruel twist. The human brain equates linguistic mistakes with social rejection, right?
Sure, yeah.
But that intense self-monitoring, agonizing over a verb tense, scanning people's faces to see if they noticed you used the wrong preposition, it actually creates the very awkwardness you are trying to avoid.
Oh, wow. Wait, that makes total sense. It is like trying to casually dance at a party while doing complex math in your head.
That is such a brilliant analogy.
Yes, because you are so hyper-focused on not messing up your footwork that you aren't actually listening to the music at all. You're physically there, but socially you have completely left the building.
You really have. You end up giving off this stiff, detached vibe. You are basically operating in survival mode.
Survival mode. Man, that hits hard.
Right. You are just trying to survive the interaction without looking stupid, instead of actually connecting with the human being right in front of you.
So, okay, if survival mode actively prevents connection, how do we actually fix this? How do we put down the mental math?
You have to completely reframe what belonging actually is. Belonging is an emotional act. It is not a linguistic one.
Okay, say more about that.
People do not feel close to you just because you use the present perfect continuous correctly.
Right. Nobody is grading your grammar at a party.
Exactly. They connect through a shared rhythm. They connect through emotional spontaneity.
And just feeling a sense of social comfort together.
Precisely. When you shift your focus outward onto making the other person feel heard rather than making yourself sound perfect, your cognitive load actually drops.
That is wild. So when you stop monitoring yourself, your natural rhythm actually improves.
It does. We really have to redefine true fluency. It is not just speaking without errors. It is feeling emotionally present while you are speaking.
Because you aren't juggling two conversations anymore. The one out loud and that highly critical one inside your head.
Which is incredibly liberating once you actually realize it.
It really is.
Yeah.
So the next time you're in a conversation and you feel that invisible wall go up, ask yourself this. Are you trying to connect with the person in front of you, or are you just performing for a grade?